Hey friends, welcome back to Golden Papery, and my name is Brittany. Welcome to the channel. We like to plan and just be productive, and we have not been doing much of that lately. So let's go ahead and get started with February, our week one reset. And yes, let's get into it. So, as you guys know, I have been using the STIL Classics Planner and they have their daily inserts, which I'm using for this year. So I did make the purchase of getting the daily inserts because that is just what's working for my current lifestyle. And I like to use these daily inserts for work and personal planning. So that's what we've been doing for the past month. Now, I did not do a week 3 and week 4 reset video for January, so apologies there. But it has been a rough couple of weeks. I am so happy that I am a little bit normal now. I don't know if I should go more into detail with that, but lots of things are happening with baby. He did have an ear infection and now he's doing much better. We did also have child dedication at the church, and so that was another um, milestone that he was able to do. And then just personally, I am trying to figure out how to handle everything that's going on with the news, a lot of anxiety that's happening. I know just this week also I found out that there are some changes happening at my workplace. So trying to keep a positive attitude, but truthfully, these are just some things that we just can't control. So trying to set a goal for this upcoming month or this month of February in allowing myself to do more self-care so that I am not getting so anxious or stressed out, and definitely taking some time to just relax and re-energize. So those are my two words that I am trying to hone into my mind so that we can feel a little bit better every single day, especially because we know that with planning, there comes a lot of organization with your home, with your work, with your personal lifestyle. And so that's what I've been trying to get back on track with. But for this week, I am adding a lot of the meetings that I have, which actually have really settled down. I don't have that many meetings for this week, but because I am really trying to close out a lot of the tickets that I have under my name for the HRIS team, and I have 3 priorities this week. One is to finish a new Power BI dashboard that I've been creating for the safety team. And then the second is to finalize some projects that we had for our applicant tracking system. There are some reports that I just have not gotten around to, and the stakeholders really need that report already. And then the last priority that I have is to also update some of the new data warehouse tables for new data that we're trying to integrate with our previous Power BI dashboard. So lots of technical talk, but just wanted to give you a insider look in the day of a IT developer. And as you guys know, I do work from home, so a lot of my day is really flexible because I know I have to take care of baby. And one of the great things about working from home is that I've been able to have more time for his therapies. He's getting physical therapy, occupational therapy, and all of that is just going so well. I am very pleased with the effort that we have been doing around the clock with all of his exercises, even when we go visit family. This past weekend, we just did a family fun run slash walk, and it didn't go too bad. I was pretty pleased with the, I guess, length of the run. I didn't run it. We had the kiddos, I had the baby strapped on me. And so, even though the 2 miles was not a long distance, it still is something that takes a while, especially when you have two babies and one strapped on you. And also I was doing the fun run with my sister who's also 7, 8 months pregnant. So we were in charge of all the kiddos, but it was still fun. And the priority there was to get my Jeep fixed, which thankfully it is up and running. And I can't wait to have my vehicle back with me again because I do not like driving the truck. But other than that, not too many things happening at work. Like I said, there were some organizational restructure, and so that meant that I have a new manager. So it's going to have to be a lot of relearning some of their check-ins, how their team flows, meeting my new teammates, which I have already worked with in the past. In fact, I work with them, on a weekly basis, but it's going to be a different dynamic now because I'm going to be getting different work priorities. So I'm curious to see how that develops within the next couple of weeks, and I should have more information as time goes by. But going back to the planning, I did purchase some pens from Amazon, which is what I'm using right now. And it's the Plina Energel 0.5 millimeter ballpoint pen. So far, I have been loving the way that this pen writes. The pen that I was using previously was a blue pen, which I hadn't realized until I started writing in the planner, and I felt like it would be too weird if I switched the pen ink mid-month. So I finished the month of January with it, and I switched back to a black pen or black ink. But other than that, love the pen. Nothing wrong with it. It's just black now. And then I have been using a quote of the day by brainyquote.com on the top section, or that top box. And I'm still trying to get used to the fact that I have to write in the times on the schedule. So sometimes I love it, sometimes I don't. This week I'm not loving it because I don't have that many things happening at work, so it just looks very empty. Other than that, I am planning in probably ordering a new Erin Condren notebook because the one that I have for work, I use a notebook that I use for just jotting down brainstorming ideas, strategies, and random notes. And we are already filling that notebook up. So definitely need to look into that. But one of the other things that I did this week is to start using the stickers that I have. So I wanted to have February pretty fun with a lot of pink since we do have Valentine's Day coming up. And then also adding in more of the daily tasks with the page flags. And those I did get that idea from Casa Vici because she uses a lot of the page flags on a day-to-day basis. So I'm not going to show you guys that here since I did show you in the last video, but I will be sharing on my Instagram how I use the page flags. And then I still have a lot of stickers that are script or calligraphy. They're very minimalistic, like the appointment one, the to-do one. And so I'm trying to use those a little bit more since the daily inserts for STIL Classics is very simple. It's not anything that's new, right? You have cloth and paper that have a very similar minimalistic look. But if you don't like that, you can try to give it a little bit more color with the different stickers that you have. And I still have not made a new sticker purchase just because I decided to wait. But I do need to see if I can custom make some stickers for the page flags. And that's primarily because I feel like the ones that I did purchase from Casa Vici or even from Poi and Hun, it's just not like I need different tasks in them. So, an example for my workplace, I would love to have some labels that say maybe work time or Power BI report so that I can put them on my schedule. But this week, like I said, I am adding the different stickers on the daily to do. One of the other downsides, sorry, from the daily planning is that Saturday and Sunday comes and I do not have that many tasks to add. And I have not been using that notes section either. So that's something that I need to figure out in how I can try to utilize the space a little bit better, or if I can repurpose it for another thing throughout, the week and the month. But today I'm also reviewing my monthly goals. I'm closing out the ones that I did complete, and then I'm going to move some of these goals back into the new month for February. So let's see. The mini goals that I had for paying off credit card debt worked really well because we did get down to half or less than half on one credit card, and then we had a whole bunch of expenses that came up. So we did really well in adding more money into the savings, but now we do need to focus or shift our focus back into paying off the credit card debt. So we are going to add here a mini goal of paying off 2 credit cards for the month of February. And it's a pretty aggressive goal, but it's very doable. And that's one of the things that I always have to remind myself that not only do we want to, move some funds to the savings, but we do want to keep the momentum in the main goal that I have. And then I realized that I wanted to have 3 different mini goals for this month. So I decided to just put February at the very top and then add in my other goals. So, 2 other goals that I have, one is very personal and dear, but I would like to start a blog of the journey that we're going to have as a family with our son who does have achondroplasia. And we don't know what that means. It's more commonly known as dwarfism. So, our son does have dwarfism, and there are just going to be a lot of things that are happening in our lives that I would like other parents to follow along who are also dealing with the same genetic condition. But that's another personal goal that I have for the month of February. Maybe adding like a simple blog or a website design where I can just blog here and there with some pictures about his progress and just also some of the struggles that we're seeing already as far as developmental milestones. But he has been doing amazing, and we're just so proud of all the progress that he has done. So now that we got all of the goals out of the way, I'm going to come back and just check off some of the recurring tasks that I have for the year. And then I'm also going to take some time to organize the savings envelopes or savings challenges that I have, especially now that we are in a new month. But for January, we were able to save $100 from the January savings tracker. And then I was also able to save another $50 for the $1 savings. So 2 different savings challenges that I did in the month of January. And I should note here that these are not the same savings that I'm doing aside from what's being transferred into a high yield savings account. So this is just fun challenges that I'm doing, and I'm hoping that this will eventually fund our Christmas funds for the end of the year. But for February, we do have the goal of $200. So I'm just coloring in, not with the marker this time, but we're using the color pencil to color in $40 since that is what I was able to add for today. Yeah, so this was our reset for this week. Let me know how your planning is going, and I'll see y'all next time.